Rightio, we are episode 200, and it just so happens to be the episode that we are going to power on all these nuclear generators with uranium fuel rods. I'm just waiting for the manifold to build up and saturate, and once that's done, I'm going to release the rods into the reactors and we will go from there. So let's head over and have a look at that. And while we're waiting, we're going to be doing some tidying up as well, making the base design properly. So what we're waiting for is, I've now got these, hold on. I now have these reactors, this set of 6, this is backed up. So now I'm waiting for the electromagnetic control rods to back up against these 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And I might help with some of that because I've got spare in my inventory. It's not going to help much, but it'll still help nonetheless.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 3, 4.
Runheen, hello, welcome.
1, 2,
Good to see
3,
you there.
4, 2, 3, 4.
Nice try, nice try. So you can see these ones are sucking them in pretty quick, but there's a good consistent supply coming in here of, there should be 30 per minute, but it'll be 30. It's just that that's how the counter works. So they're all coming in properly. So while that's happening, we're just going to keep, there's a few tidy ups I want to do, but also I wanted to finish off, I wonder what the steps would look like. What are we using? Fix it foundation here. Yep. So it's going to be about there. What's it going to look like down here? Probably this is the closest one. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm okay with that. Going to be some grass and things that I can't really deal with. Oh, grass does grow through concrete. That is a real thing, actually. Can we call this build the Greta stack? The Greta stack. Why? Why the Greta stack? Or you mean, or Great Stack, sorry. I wasn't sure if you're trying to make a Greta. Oh, there you go. You're making a Greta Thunberg joke. Deary me. Because Miss Summer would love her name, you use it on all nuclear. So she would, wouldn't she? Well, apparently they're making their way to Israel as we speak. I kind of want... They're on their boats again. They're on their boats again. Nah, this is high here, so it's not going to work. So we're just going to stick. And he's just scratched his head on the bottom of the conveyor belt there. I might go with some walls here. You won't say any more and hurt. Mum always said if I don't have anything nice to say about someone, then don't say anything at all. Absolutely. That's a great, great way to live. I would agree with you there. That looks alright like that. The stairs are a bit off, but they make it all peel nice. Those vehicles should sort out their deadlocks. Can't wait for 1.2, so our vehicle deadlocks will be done with forever. Okay, that's all walls. Now, so we have a couple of things we're going to build Nuke Nobelisks as well, and I've got everything prepared, ready to go. So apart from bringing in the uranium, we do need a manufacturer for our 4 ingredients, and I reckon this here would be a good spot to put our manufacturer maybe. And alright, that there. We had a machines, a manufacturer with overflow. So that could be it there. And I reckon probably that needs some power. Let's just get some temporary power here so I can hover. That looks good. That's not as good, but do with that. I think we'll be able to get all our ingredients in that we need. Yeah. Get rid of these silly mounts. Because we're not going to use them here in this setup. I will be creative though with some of the stuff I need to do here. It's going to be great to have the Nuke Nobelisks just blow away the fauna. Some more there. Right. Oh, we need to research. What's the research going to require? So I need 10 encased uranium cells. I've got the other stuff, and that's in storage. Hold on. Let's just get these out and let them build back up. There we go. And some AI limiters too. So we've got 100, 200, 300, 400. We just need another 100 and we're right. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay.
Nuke Nobelisk unlocked. This Nobelisk uses a nuclear fission reaction to generate a massive explosion. Ensure all Fixit employees are clear of the blast zone before detonation. You probably should not use this. I am not joking. No refunds available. Side effects include glowing, growing extra limbs, liquefied skin, unexpected cravings for flesh, itching scalp, hair loss, finger loss, loss in general, indigestion, and flatulence. Please consult your weapons manufacturing facility if symptoms persist beyond the half-life of uranium-238.
Right. Flatulence. There's too much. Alright, so that is the Nuke Nobelisks we can now build in the manufacturer. So we'll get all those ingredients coming in. We've got everything ready to go. We just have to melt it all in. We're gonna, the smokeless powder will be What do you say? Droned in from the other location. I've got it ready to go. Just going to make a note. So quickly, let's just put our I've still got some uranium in my inventory, I bet. That's why we're ticking. A manufacturer pole, like that. Do I? Where'd that uranium come from? Oh, do I just have the bug? I've got the bug now. That is... Oh, hold on. Yeah, no, because if I take off the suit, it's still going to keep going. That help it? Nah. Alright, we'll just save our game and reload. Just to double check. I don't have any uranium in my inventory. There's no uranium over here. It's the nuclear bug. What you're going to do is just save, go back to the main menu, reload, and it's back to normal. It's a very annoying bug too. And all that ticking, that's why I didn't start bringing uranium in until I was ready for the whole production on the start, because that just ticks all the time when you're building around it, and it gets a bit much really. It's like waterfalls. No ticking sound. I might... Let's go over here. Where's that? It's on the center. Alright, so what if I did... that to there. Yep, that's it. So that to there. That. Right, so now that it's going to do to there. That'll be fine. Right, this has got overflow built into it. Let's go in this way. Oh, there it is there. Which way is it going? He's going this way. Okay. That's okay. Or I can bring it up and join in. That works to there. That's overflow. That's on that to here. And the overflow is here. So I think I'm gonna do this. That's there, isn't it? Like that. And this things like that. That looks good. Alright, let's first up, let's just go check on our production line over here. See where it's up to. We're waiting for a full saturation on these lines. It's going to take a while. I might disconnect that temporarily so that the rods build up. Let's do that. Because this will force things to stop being built. It will take a little bit for the belts to back up, but this will speed up the process. We're not doing anything against, these are ones that are already been made. I'm not cheating, so to speak, if that makes sense. We are just forcing the production lines to be full. Otherwise, it'll take quite a while for that to happen, to be honest. Well, that's all I got in my inventory. So I just need to wait for all that to happen. I was also going to... Right, so back over here. Get away from the ticking noise. We need, just looking at my spreadsheet. Well, first thing is encased uranium cell. They're already being, well, they're not being made yet. I've got to bring the uranium in for those. But I have the, do I have the blender set aside for it? I do not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that was just the 12. I've got the sulfur set aside for it. Yeah. But not the blender. So that is... I do say I've got one set aside. So where is it? Ah, it's this one. I do. Yep. Alright, so the output of this... Let's just see if I can do this lower area. This is all pretty well... we're going to need to go up, don't we? But if we're going over that way, why don't we go over the top of all this? Because this is kind of set up ready to go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's in the middle. Right. This would actually work. If I brought it in on the... there... Okay, so we're on 3 and 4. So it's what? Here. Right, so bring this in. There we go. No, I think we go to this one. Do that. Oh, I can go there, I suppose. Yeah, I can. Right. And then this to there. Alright, so that's going to be in case uranium cells running along the top. And this will go probably for this purpose. Yeah, right. So then I might go the shortest one available, because that's and that would come all the way up to maybe this one here, wouldn't it? Rightio. Alright, so this one's going to be in case uranium cell. And the left will be overflow. Then these don't need all the splitters though, do they? They don't. This could be Because I've only got one manufacturer. So that's one. So then this one could be the same. Because this one's going to go to there. If this was... That is, doesn't even need to go up and down because of of what we're doing here. I don't need good reasons. That in that case, I might even go. Hold on. Might just do that. Yeah. Don't know what that's going to be. That one's good. So it's just this last one. That one, oh yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so this... Yep. Nice. And then the last one is this one here. Which is coming in from the back side. I might leave that one there, but just put the belt across like that. If I put it up here, it's going to become more complicated. If I actually... I'm going to need to move this power across. If I'm going to do this. What about... Where's that? Alright, I'm going to make a change. That's just doing the radar tear at the moment. Right, so that's... That's going to be... I think that we might do that. Maybe here. beam's supposed to be... Where was it? Foot. It's supposed to be there. I'll leave that nipple there, but I'll get rid of this. I don't need it. The reason for that is I get rid of this and this. Then I've got a straight into here, and actually lets me put my smart splitter still here. That'll be better. Just checking something quickly. Alright, so that's a bit better, I think. I'm happy with that. The way this is coming together now. So that's the uranium cell coming in. Ion emitter, smokeless powder, and Nobelisk. Alright. This is my Nobelisk pipe. Nobelisk. Bear with me, I'll have a look, find some recipes. There it is there, Nobelisk. Yep. Black powder and steel pipe. So I'm pretty sure I'm already making the black powder. And I'm just making the steel pipe here. So what I'm going to do over here is I've got a spare drone bay, and I'm going to bring in the black powder and the smokeless powder into here. Like that. The Wes do, this isn't Coal LLC. No, it's not right now, but you know, at some point. How's your Coal LLC activities going? Alright, let's head back over here for a minute. You're supposed to say, nope, I'm playing a real game. Wow. Definitely two different development timelines on that. That's for sure. Alright, so this is my smokeless powder and black powder. Here. And I'm going to put a drone port here. And the batteries are supplied at the other end, so it doesn't matter. Let's bring up the goods first and work out where that's going to go. Mostly just completing challenges that are not too stupid to try it, so nothing with Orbis past day 15. Yeah, I was having a go of it on the funnel map the other day. Did some recordings and yeah, it's pretty intense. I ended up having to use collectors and workers. Done a few coal is worthless and only clay on some. Yeah, I haven't tried those, to be honest. It's something to do in the future. I just haven't got around to it. So one of these is just sinking. Orbis is about map RNG. Can you get good layouts and good weapons to clutch key days? Yeah, this is true. Yep. Coal is worthless and only coal. Yeah, only clay would be difficult. Okay, so this is the one here. So I'm going to stop this, so we no longer need. No longer need that. And also one of these should be my black powder. Only clay shaman is what I want to try, and maybe destructor with the poison gun. Yeah, right. Here it is. Nuke Nobelisk, Pioneer. That's Pulse Nobelisk, Turbo, Nuke Nobelisk, Pioneer, Nuke Nobelisk, Pioneer. I've got to change these signs. These were the older signs. This one's just going into sync. This is the, yeah, so this one is heading into overflow. This is all overflow. So it needed black powder by 5, so it would have to be I'm going to update these. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Let me just follow where this goes. Which one goes? So this would be the one that goes down. This is the one that goes to the refinery. So this one is for Nuke Nobelisks. But that says that's supposed to be 10. So my sign down below might not be correct. So that was this one here, which is this one here. Let's make it 5. Black powder. They're both 5, so my sign above must be wrong. Black powder, smokeless powder. Yeah, my sign's wrong up above. Let's go fix that. So it should be 5 black powder. And that should be what's there, yep, and 2.5 heavy oil residue. That's better. Right, and then that outputs 5 per minute. Right. So that's this one here. Smokeless powder. So let me find that again. Black powder. It's 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Yep. And it outputs 5. Right. So this one here is for the Nobelisks. For Nuke Nobelisk. And everything else is good. Alright. Sweet, so then that is the output from this one is what I want to go upstairs with. So if I had let's have a look, how is this aligned up down below? I had a merger, it would go there and there. So that would go there. And yeah, I should be able to get that. Like that, and then I just need to probably, yeah, it's got to be the top. Probably go that way. Follow all the way along here, and it's this one. It's this one here. So that it's going to get screwed over by that. But I can come across. Oh yeah, we're coming across to here. This is perfect. So that'll go. No, that's my problem. It's not perfect. So, if that's the case, I'm going to go to there. There. That's terrible. That's going to go to there. Right, and then this to here. And that to there. So this perfect into there. Right, so that's all of that. We made this a long time ago. So it is going to be a sushi belt. which is fine. Now. Okay, that seems to work. Oh yeah, perfect. So that'll go there, and that'll go there. And then this. With our drone port. I could put it there, or I might just put it in the center and try and make it maybe a bit nicer. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Power. How am I going to do power? Because I have... Oh yeah, we can just do it through here. Perfect. Alright. That's perfect, because I should be in the able to just go like this. I might come down one. And then this. Yeah, I think I had to I was going to redo the power in here, to be honest. And I'll probably never come back. Because I did the weird roof. Right. Put that in there. Put that in there. Well, that is the drones sorted out. So now it's just a matter of... There's obviously a build-up of... okay, so this port The destination will be Nuke Nobelisk unload. I don't know what's going on there. Now I was clicking stuff. Right. Ah. All ports. Because it's the other end that's got the drone. I think I've got to put a drone at the other end. Yeah, I don't think there's a drone at the other end yet. I thought there was. No, there's not. Unless it's already taken off. Guys, peace out, no worries. Sleep a cop. We'll chat to you a bit later on. Yeah, okay, so I've just got to put a drone on it at the other end. That's fine. Let's go do that. We'll fill in some holes. But that's all there is to it. I love that I built stuff previously in preparation for all this. Sweet. Alright. Wonder how the generators are going, the reactors. We've got enough rods. Is that production line built up yet? Let's go find out. Still not there. Because we're waiting on these to back up. That's at 50, so this one is backed up. That one's backed up. This one's backing up, so it's beginning. So this one's backing up. This one's getting there. It's got, and that one's the same. So we're not far away. It's these ones now that are, these ones have still got to produce some more. All of this will reach 100% once it's all good. Once it's saturated, we've just got to wait for that saturation. I could put some sloops in to speed up everything. But we'll just give it time. Alright, so over here I've just got to put a drone on. These should all be running at 100%. Perfect. These ones, these are the, that's for future. Those ones are perfect. this should take off. I just took some batteries. It's about to take batteries. I don't know why they want those statuses. I think that's a fuel issue, like a bug. Don't know. Anyway, our output of this so we've got let's have a look. So we've got our Nuke Nobelisk. So it's the smokeless powder is going to go straight into the manufacturer, and the black powder is going into the Nobelisk. So if I bring it around here, then I probably could put a that there. So that'll be with my overflow splitter for the pipe, and then the black powder coming in would be split out with an overflow as well. So I think that might be the spot to do it. I've just done one of the stupidest things ever. Closed my spreadsheet. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Anyway, we want Nobelisk. So this is a clock speed of 25%. Right? I need a smart splitter here. That's a bit tight there, isn't it? This one can come back though. Yeah. I could put another one. Is that working? Power. There we go. So straight ahead steel pipe. And left is overflow. Right. So that gets that working. Right, so this is for Nuke Nobelisks. We've got black powder at 5 per minute. And steel pipe at 5 per minute. And that will output a Nobelisk at 2.5 per minute. And the output is a Nuke Nobelisk. Right. So then I'm going to have that there. Well, hold on. If that was there, this was like that. I brought it along here. Ah, what did I do here? Crime against humanity, that's what I did. That gives me an idea then. Alright, so that's that there. So my idea is that's where my smart splitter can go. What's going to be on that belt? The encased. Excuse me. That would actually work. Yeah. So straight ahead will be smokeless. And I'd say left will be black. So the next one... Right, so that'll be... Straight ahead will be black, smokeless powder. Perfect. Right, and then... right, that's going to there. So the smokeless powder that's going to come in, the black powder, that now, so I still need to do an overflow for it. It's over here. Do I want to go... I want to go over here, don't I? On this belt. I should really... Can't come in on that belt, no. Are you sure that's the right spot for it? I can't do that. Oh, hold on. It can't be there. It's not right. How is it? Oh, it's the way I'm doing things. Yeah, it is. Whoa, I didn't want that. So now this. You go up to here. Right. I don't think I can put that one there and that. It's alright. Right, so this one is going to go this is where it's annoying. That'll go to there. I'm going to put a... This might work. That stupid power pole is going to have to go. Power cable, I mean, we'll just do it this side. Rightio. Right, so now is that like that? So if that's the case, I reckon it's better off. This comes to here. Yeah. Black powder and left is, yeah, straight ahead black powder and right is overflow. There we go. That's got it finally. Alright, so let's bring it in. I think I'll bring it on top. Can't go there. Yudi 1.2 when? Oh, I don't know, Yudi. I haven't seen any announcements yet, so your guess is as good as mine. Everyone's waiting for it, aren't they? When do I mean when it gets released? So I've already played it. You can actually watch. I've played it on the when it first came out, and it's on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. But yeah, I've got no plans to play it until it's fully come out. So I'm either going to be on that one there. Might go on this one here. Might bring it through here. That's not very well lined up. Have you played it at all, Yudi? Maybe it's straight across there. I just had it and then I let go. Perfect, straight across that. That looks good. Weaves into there. That looks good. So then I would say let's just bring that back and make sure that all works. Right. Perfect. That's going to take all that over there. So now we'll just come up and collect it. And it's going to come in. This is the output here. Let's have a look. It's beautiful. Ah, lovely. How much was in there? Not a lot. Alright, let's just check that that's all belted correctly. Goes over here. I kind of reckon that might have been better there, but it's too late. Doesn't matter. Left is black, center is smokeless. Alright. The black's going to come in here. Right is overflow. The steel pipes are already overflowing. And the output I'll bring over here in a sec. I'm just going to go and check the status of a few things. So the Let's go see how these are going over here. Are they backed up yet? How is the progress going? It's getting there. These are backing up here now. We've backed up to here. Alright. This is getting close once this one backs up. And then it's these final three to back up. Once these final three are backed up, then we should be right. This is full. So these are all full now. So we're not far from letting it all happen. All the machines are backed up inside with rods, which is perfect. So actually, it's not that far off now, because now it's just waiting for a couple of hundred to come in. So maybe 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. And we will be rock and roll. Okay, so the next one to come through, so these Nobelisks that are going to be coming through here, I can see the smokeless powder and the black powder coming along. So this output here, I want going if it was on top of here, then I could jump up here and go across that way. Is that right? No. No, I need to go next one over. But if I came... That'll be... So it could actually... Yeah, it doesn't matter which one it comes in on. to there. That goes to there. Right, that's our... Once the black powder gets here, that's all smokeless. There's the black powder there. There's not a lot of it at the moment. But it's getting there. Let's go put a sign on this over here. So we're ready to go. And I need my dimensional depot put here. I haven't done that yet. I think I might put this one maybe here. There we go. Nuke Nobelisk. I just need to go back to my sheet with it in there. Where are we? So Nobelisk at 2.5 per minute. Right. Then we have encased uranium cell. They come in at 10. Then smokeless powder. Comes in at 5. And AI limiters comes in at 3. And that puts Nuke Nobelisk's output at 0.5 per minute. And over here, which I've completely forgot about, a couple of things I forgot. First thing is a storage container for them. Like that. There'll be a smart splitter here. A dimensional depot here. Leon, hello, welcome. Good to see you there. Hope you're doing well. And we'll overflow them that way. And for the overflow, I don't have any spare. We're just going to come back this way. Yeah, we'll just send it back through here. We've almost finished our Nuke Nobelisks. We're just about to power up, very close to powering up our reactors. Sweet, there's our overflow. Perfect. The belt there, that's all done. That's there. Oh. I better hook up these bad boys. Perfect. Okay, so they are Nobelisks. Coming in and overflow going right. And smokeless powder's coming in, that means the black powder made it over here. That's all running, so let's have a look at these encased uranium cells, see if they're backed up yet. We're very close. Right, so we've got, they're backed up, so they're backed up, they're backed up. Yep, so I'm just waiting for this to finally fill up, which is about to. This belt fill up. I'm waiting for this belt to fill up, and that's it. So we're literally a few minutes away, and then we can start releasing them. Because everything will run at 100% once that's the case. Because all my overflow is set up here. So you can see this is backed up to there, that's backed up. And the uranium cells will overflow here and go in at this point. Very awesome. Alright, so all I'm left with over here is the AI limiters, which I know I've got to make, just got to make the quick wire. And the copper sheets, which I think I've got the copper ready for both, and the deuterium ready. And then we need to bring in the encased uranium cells. We're going to drone in a node of uranium for that. That's the last thing I have to do. Which may not happen this episode, but will probably happen the next one. But this is all coming in now. So AI limiters, I can make the AI limiters here and bring the quick wire and that. So I've got, this is the deuterium for the AI limiters here. And then I've got the copper. Sorry, that was the deuterium for the quick wire. This is the copper for the quick wire. That's for the quick wire, and that's for the copper sheet. So I might swap. They might all work. Well, I can make the copper sheet right there. Maybe. No. I reckon we make them over here. So, what are we doing? An assembler by one. And I reckon that might be okay like that. Might bring it back by one. Either that or I do it here like this. There. I like that. I can have that going, that pole going into the rock. Yeah, I kind of like that there. I reckon we might have to go one more across. No, that'll be good. Can't really get to that pound if I'd love to get rid of. Oh yeah. There we go. Sweet. Alright, let me just... I'm going to have a look at my quick wire sheet. Right. $66.7%. Right. So that would be 5 deuterium per minute coming in, perfect. And I'm going to have our copper can come along here. So I think I'm going to swap these over. Still makes sense. So I'm gonna copy, paste, copy, paste. 83.4%. And this one's 100%. Right, and then copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Right, and then I can do this. Don't like. I think I'm going to go underneath. I didn't do any overflow over here. Uranium overflow, right? So then I think I'm going to do oh, look at that for straight. Copper and overflow is going to have to be the left. Yep, and I've got to work out where the overflow is going to go. All right. Right, this is for the Nuke Nobelisk. This is for AI limiters, which is for the Nuke Nobelisk. Okay, so it's bear with me. I'll find my AI limiter sheet. It's this is supposed to be 60%. No, not AI limiters. This is a quick wire. Sorry. This is quick wire. So we're bringing in 5 deuterium and 25 copper. And that's making quick wire at 60. Right. So it needs power as well. I'm going to grab a where are we? overflow is going to be there. I think power is going to go like this. Alright, let's just go and check on our uranium fuel rods. Are they ready to go? Oh, looks like it. I can see in case uranium cells. No, electromagnetic control rods being sunk. Alright, this is it. So, we've got our logistics, conveyor throughput. I'm going to put that there. And then straight ahead is uranium fuel rods. And now we just have to watch them creep around. And they'll fill up each one. And then move on to each reactor. It's going to take a few minutes. And we've got... I know we've got more than... We've got enough to cover every reactor. I'm going to let that go for a minute. Go back to here and hook up that quick wire. And then I need to work out that overflow. Alright, well I know for sure straight ahead's going to be quick wire. And overflows left. And the quick wire is 60. Now, is that correct? No, that's not quick wire. That's going to be AI limiters, you idiot. Right. I want to do this overflow first. Do I have overflow anywhere here? I do, it's over here. This is overflow here. So if I wanted to go into this, this would be my best entry, I reckon. So if I had that, is overflow, so I'm just going to mark 5. Right, that's beautiful. I just want to finish off with some support. And then we need to get that quick wire over. Right. There's that overflow for that. Perfect. Now the quick wire I'm going to bring now, I think that's a question. I can bring it up here like this. Probably. And then actually, it might be right. Just go like this. It doesn't match that curve though. But I don't think. Oh yeah, that will go to there. Oh, yeah. I think I prefer that better. So that to there. I think I'm going to go and check this rods, check our power situation out. You can see a nice glowing belt along here. It stopped moving, so I must have disconnected something. I'm glad we come and checked. Alright. So it's just a belt that's not connected down here. There they go. No fuel, no power. We're about to change all that. Oh, look at that. Bang. Just added another 6,250 megawatts. Now that's going to sit like that for a while because I've got to fill up all the rods first before we move on to the next one. That's how I've set it up. I've set up overflow. And we already have waste coming out. As expected. There's some cool colours. I don't ever remember them looking that cool. But look, they've now moved on to the next reactor. Well, we've nearly got enough power to cover everything. Something I haven't had for a long time. It's going to be great to see all this working. So it's going to take a bit for that to reach round to all 12. We'll let it run for a bit. So it should take about, well, 12 minutes in total, because if it's a 60 belt per minute and there's 50 in a stack, then it would take less than just under a minute to get each reactor going. There we are. Now we finally have more power than what I'm consuming. Maximum is 53, and my capacity production is 59,424. Right, we're going to let that feed on through for a while we go and check. We just work on these final bits. Now this here, 42 per minute, that should drop down to 30. That should drop down to 18, but yeah, this is all working as intended now. And any excess is getting sunk. But there shouldn't be any getting sunk now because I'm making exactly what I need. So it will take a bit, but these will all now start to run at 100%, which they are at the moment. Right, so I think what I want here is I want that one. This is my quick wire. So this one. I reckon here. Yeah, actually, hold on. That's going to go here. Sweet. And then this copper ingots here. They're going to go... They're going to bring them over to here. Pop them up and put them on top. So should be able to do that to there. Let's put that there first. That's going to connect to there. That's going to connect. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. As long as the belt doesn't interfere, we should be right. Do to here, and then that. Technically, it should be there. Belt's gone the wrong way. So that's the copper ingots for the copper sheet. That's it. All right. Well, let's just quickly, it's just so I don't make any mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to put an assembler by one, and we have it, that's going to be facing that way because that's where our output is going to be going. That will work quite well. And then if it's I've got to deal with overflow. Oh, the wrong way. I reckon that might be. Might come back one more. I think there. Because in that, I'm pretty sure. No. So I need to go. Just going to put this one here so I know where it was. Delete that. Delete that. That's where I want it to be. And that's going to be there like that. Perfect. And this will be AI limiters. Right. So AI limiters. This is 60%. Rightio. Get rid of that. I need a smart splitter input like that. Feel like no. There. I'm going to put it there. And this one's going to be like that. So this is going to be to here. So this is quick wire in and overflow to the right. This would be copper sheet. No, left. And overflow. All right, now let's just. I'm going to go and check on my reactors. Oh, look at it! There's a few powered up now. How much power we got now? Ooh, we got a bit of up and down going on. That's not expected. What's going on with that? Maybe I don't have enough water coming in. Yeah, there's not enough water. What do I... Ah, okay, so we're going to have some pump issues. That's going to be my whole thing, I think. It's either that or my pipes aren't right, but I'd say... That's been interesting. That one's working. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, a few little hiccups. Well, the easiest way to tell that is just to have a look at if they're all flowing. So our waste is incoming. Oh, jeez. So far it looks like we've just had one little hiccup. Yeah, that was just that one. This is the last one. And then I think I'm going to put a sink in to sink excess rots. We've got 1.21 thousand, 100,000 megawatts. Gigawatt? 1.21 gigawatts? Maybe? Maybe not gigawatts, but I like to think it is. That is awesome. Only one little hiccup. Everything else is working perfectly. And they are actually, look, that's the end of the line. So our build up, we were spot on with what we needed. Preloaded. It's going to be interesting to see how this keeps up. Because I'm making exactly what I need. Alright, we're just going to finish this off. That could have been... Probably if I do it like that. And have it like that. Then I can get power to there. And that can go to there. Right. And then we'll just put a constructor here like this. Alright, first up. Alright. Where's Cole LSC has update 2, 2 new weapons, 3 new classes. One is just an expansion of existing. The dev implemented your suggestion. Wow. Another 2 weapons. He's going nuts. That's awesome. I'll have to check it out. What was your suggestion? This is for Nuke Nobelisk. The Orbis now has a tag on its class. Difficult, tougher than usual. He's not wrong. So he hasn't bent the knee and made it easier. I respect that. And one of the new classes has one too. Difficult, good luck, lol. Wow. What have we got? Copper sheet. Awesome. Well, there's lots to play then. 15 by 1. It's 15 each. Quick wire. Is 60. And then it's outputting AI limiters. At 3 per minute. Right. So then I'm going to bring this back just a bit. Let's all right, that I'm going to bring this to here. Oh, my copper ingots coming through because I've got it connected. No, the way this works isn't right. So it needs to be like this. Yeah, there needs to be that little bit of belt. Right, that, and I just need power. So I'm just going to get another one of these here. Line it up with that. Probably to there. Copper sheet. At. Let's have a look. Sounds like I just caught a mouse in the ceiling. I've been setting some traps recently. Whoa, I need what? No, hold on, that's not right. 1 point, I need 2. I'm going to do overclock this at 150%. Right. Right, so now I need... I didn't put an overflow. I'm so keen to be finished. Copper ingot. I don't know which side's going to be overflow yet. I'll work it out. Right, so I'm going to put a sign on this one. And it's going to be called this is for AI limiters. For Nuke Nobelisks. And then you've got copper ingot coming in at 30 by 1 is 30, and that's copper sheet going out at 15. Right. And then that's done. That's fitting into there. Okay, so they are coming in now. Right, so it's just the uranium that's left. And the overflow. So the overflow is this here. So I might Merger. Yeah, I don't want to actually... That's too high. There. I'll put it there. Right, that's to there. One to there, that's to there. And then I'm going to have that one. Is that going to clip? Right. So I would say actually that might go. Cuts off the sign a little bit, but I can live with that. Right. There you go, overflow, perfect. That's what I wanted. Right. That's at 100%. So now, which we're going to leave to the next episode, I'm going to tidy this area up and bring in, we'll have to drone in the uranium, which is going to happen over there, and then we'll belt it around. That was for building, I don't need it anymore. Oh, I forgot to hook up my radar tower again. Let's go and check these out. Power looks super stable. So we only had one issue, one pipe that was, I just didn't do properly because I was templating stuff a while ago. Everything seems to be running as it should. The rods are backed up just enough. The waste is coming out perfectly. And this is going to hold our waste until we do the next component, which that's a lot of waste we're making. Because if I look at my to-do list, I'm making where are we? Magnetic field generators, then cooling systems and heat sinks, fuse modular frame, turbo motors, thermal propulsion rockets before I get to plutonium power. So, yeah. That's alright. This waste here, I can just keep stacking it up to build it up. Yeah, till we get around to making the plutonium, the fixonium. But that's a third of a container in a not very long period. So this might be a tall stack. And once we get them, once we get the plutonium fuel rods running, then I'll turn off the input to these reactors and let the waste empty out first, and then we'll turn these back on. But that's up to here. But yeah, I think that's it for today. We will be moving on to finish off Nuke Nobelisk in the next episode, and then moving on to the next magnetic field generator. And yeah, this is all running at 100% now, which is absolutely awesome. We're still got a little bit to tidy up around here, but probably won't tidy up that end because that's where we're going to expand out to next when we build plutonium power. But it's awesome having this fixonium. Should probably I did get a screenshot earlier. Alright, let's head back to our base and we'll wrap up for the day. We'll see how many uranium, how many coupons we've made today. I'm very happy how this is all coming together. I like how the drone brings in that much of each one, but it's enough for the production line to run. It brings that in every round trip. It's good to have an excess of power for a while. Oh. Missed the shot on that one. Alright, how many coupons have we made today? 7. Nice. Alright, let's go over here and we'll wrap up. Alright folks, wow. 200 episodes, and by the end of the 200th episodes we had our 75,000 megawatts of uranium fuel rods powering our nuclear generators. 12 generators overclocked to 250%, absolutely awesome. And we had, and while we were waiting for all the uranium fuel rods to saturate, we just worked on the Nuke Nobelisks, and they're all ready to go. I've just got to drone in the uranium from another location, and then we will have Nuke Nobelisk automated feeding into the dimensional depot. And after that, well, we're moving on to magnetic field generators, so we can keep going at the stages of the project assembly. I'm going to get back to that. We haven't worked in the city for a while. We've been over at the nuclear area getting all that up and running, but now we've got power to keep pushing through for a while, so that's awesome. And yeah, we'll just have to keep our eye on our nuclear waste while we wait for our plutonium to be unlocked, and then once we unlock plutonium we'll be able to start using that waste up, so that'd be awesome. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.